let's go over to the Green Bay Packers, who, we cover a lot on this show. So kind of taking a more niche story right now about the Packers. And that's the receiver room is a lot of fun to talk about, but sometimes it can get a little stale where, we know that Christian Watson, Wicks, Doubs, and Reed are the four guys. We know that none of them are a superstar the way Devontae Adams is.
If I have to read one more time in an article, this team is no wide receiver one, but that's what makes them dangerous. I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah, at some point you just sit back and you go, oh my God, okay, we get it. Like they have four very good receivers. We understand that. But so far in training camp, one of those guys is standing out a little bit.
Not the one I expected.
Not the one any of us. We talked about this. We said which one would be the guy. And I think we named all three other receivers. Even remember last year during the 49er pregame show, we said, which receiver would you want? Everyone was going with Wicks and Reed. But Romeo Doubs is standing out at Packers training camp right now, following his year with 59 catches, 674 yards, and 8 touchdowns. That included, on top of that, 10 catches for 234 yards and a touchdown in the 2 playoff games. He's just been awesome. Everyone's reporting in training camp, besting Jair Alexander, who said get this, Jair Alexander said Romeo Doubs is the second best receiver in the NFL, behind only Devontae Adams.
Oh, Jair said Devontae.
I'm sorry, that's too much. That's too much.
But then Jordan Love, he was doing he was on a show doing an exercise to create his unstoppable play. Here were the guys that he had on the field with him for his unstoppable play. He drew it up. He had Devontae Adams, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill, Josh Jacobs, and Romeo Doubs.
I mean, what's funny? I remember a couple shows ago, we were, maybe it was a mailbag. I don't know if maybe it was just us or I'm not sure. But we were talking about who out of these receivers we could see if there was one potentially breaking out and then having a superstar 2024 type year.
Also in a mailbag, yeah.
I think it was a mailbag, right? Yeah. I said, I think I liked Wicks. I think Ziggy said Watson.
I said Watson.
You said Watson.
Yeah.
Doubs didn't cross my mind as that guy.
I think we've all been a little down on Romeo Doubs.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't said a word about him.
But everything coming out, Jordan Love was saying the reason he put him at X, he said, whenever I throw it to him, he's going to come down with it 100%.
Well, yeah, that's the thing is it's one thing to be a talented receiver in the NFL. Any receiver that's on an NFL team is pretty talented. The thing that makes great seasons come together, that elevates guys who are already talented, are connections of the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And you're seeing that a lot from Romeo Doubs, right? The touchdowns he's catching, some of them are big plays, right? Like there was one play where he absolutely mossed Carrington Valentine. But other times it's been fades where only Doubs can get it and he's just snagging the ball. Like people are reporting from the camp, this is what Jair Alexander said. He said that it's almost as if Doubs knows where Love's going to throw it before the play starts. And he just is in the right spot every time. That really matters if you're talking about a season-long connection with a receiver.
That sounds like me when I was playing pickup football at 16.
Jack, get out of here.
I was fantastic, Ziggy.
The Doubs contested catch rate is 47.6%. No, he's got the best hands on the team from for all indications are. And I thought a cool little stat that I saw. So ESPN has the receiver quality metric. In 2022, when he was a rookie, he rated 119th in the NFL. And last season, year 2, he was 16th in the league. So huge jump. He took a big leap forward last year. And I remember during the season, it's funny. Fantasy football does have its way of kind of infiltrating into your opinions on things. But I remember he was a huge waiver wire pickup early in the season. You went, wow, Romeo Doubs playing great this year. So even though, yes, he might not have wide receiver one numbers, so to say, if we were to stay in fantasy terms, he might not have wide receiver one numbers. You might see Romeo Doubs be the go-to guy for Jordan Love in crucial situations over the course of this upcoming season.
And
Paul,
go ahead. You go first. I
was going to say the thing I envision with this offense is the Packers. They've said it a bunch. They want to use their tight ends more. So talk about breakout guys. The tight ends aren't even being mentioned, but I think a lot of the middle of the field action is going to go to them. Romeo Doubs does his best work running routes and making sideline catches. So if you're using tight ends and you got Christian Watson going deep, you got tight ends in the middle of the field, but you're looking to get a 10, 15 yard gain on the sidelines. Romeo Doubs is the guy for that. Clearly he's got the connection with Jordan Love. And I'll say what stands out to me, right? You can say whatever you want to the media. Lying is permitted, like whatever. Jair Alexander, he's told coaches when he's practicing, he wants to go against Romeo Doubs every play. He feels like that route running practice is the best thing he can do to get better.
I have the quote, Ziggy. I always want to go against Dobbs. The dude's really freaking good.
And that's what he's telling coaches too. That you can't make up, right? Again, you can say whatever you want to the media, but if that's the guy you want to practice against, that means you think he's the best that you've got. There's a lot. I was surprised to see Romeo Doubs. We might be eating our words, but he's looked very, very good.
If you're Jair and you're going to be like totally nuts and put him at 2, like why not just put him at 1 at that point, right?
Because Devonta Adams is your former teammate. You can still justify. Also, putting him at 1 is so ridiculous.
Putting him at 1 is so delusional that you automatically disregard it. But since he goes, no, not the best.
We're talking about.
I guess since
there.
Right. I guess since he put second best. Yeah. I also can confirm that Dobbs does have the best hands on the team.
Yes, he does.
Can you confirm that?
What do you mean you can confirm?
I can confirm. I've watched him play several times.